welcome everyone to our first PETA member briefing webinar. Just give me a sec to move the screens. So thank you so much for everyone taking the time of the day to join us. Before we start, I'd just like to acknowledge our country. I'm hosting this webinar from the PETA office, which is on the Gadigal land. And I'd like to pay my respect to the traditional custodians of this land, the Gadigal people of Eora Nation, and the elders past, present. I also like to extend a respect to the traditional custodians of all First Nation lands across Australia and the elders, ancestors, cultures and heritage. Right, so why are we here today? So this is a member webinar for PETA members. We're going to go just quick sort of run around of everyone's role in here, very quick introduction, some key PETA membership benefits, a walkthrough of PETA membership portal, a Bromo portal that we're very excited about. Our featured upcoming professional learning, the conference, and we'll give everyone some time to, I guess, to ask some feedback, questions and some feedbacks we want to hear from you. So let me introduce myself. My name's Eileen. I'm the head of membership and operations at PETA. With me today we have Megan, who's our CEO. Helen, our head of professional learning, who you will hear from a bit later, and also our marketing manager Cassie, and is also in the background, just helping out. And we have Karen, our digital leader, based in Melbourne as well. Now, this is an interactive webinar, and we want to make sure you get the most out of this session. So you can pop your questions in the chat anytime to help us, navigate what's most useful for you. And if you have any questions throughout time, unmute yourself. Don't be shy. We're all very friendly here, and you can ask them. So I'm going to very quickly double check if no one's in the waiting space. Now, there's a couple of people here, so I'm going to launch a poll. If you can let us know which of the below best describe your role in your school. I'm going to give like a half minute in here to give everyone a chance to fill in their choices. This will just help us tailor the content of our webinar to best suit what's most useful for everyone in here. Okay. 10 more seconds. All right, I'm going to end the poll and share the results. Can everyone see the result? Yep. Cool. So we have a couple of classroom teachers, teacher librarian, literacy leader, and curriculum leaders in here. Perfect. Thank you. All right. Sorry, let me just get rid of that. Okay. So we PETA offer a lot of benefits. We support primary educators with research-based classroom-focused publications and teacher resources. You are a part of a network of 40,000 educators around Australia, and we do have international members in Hong Kong, Bangkok, and in US, in Denmark as well. So we definitely have a very wide network that you can leverage, on. So PETA members receive member packs 3 times a year. The next one we have is actually going to be landing soon on your desk and in your inboxes later this week or early next week. Includes our latest new literature companion for teachers by Lorraine MacDonald, 3rd edition, as well as a paper by Bronwyn Parkin on teaching and learning with oral language. So they will be landing later this week or early next week. If you don't receive them, please let us know and we'll look into it for you. So we have a catalogue of about 400 teaching units. There will be 2 new units launched in April, one based on Matt Foreman's Surfing in the Dark. I actually have the book right here. I don't know whether you guys can see it. Can you guys see it? No? Sorry, I have a virtual background happening. But we'll share the link of the book later after the webinar. It's the first book in Australia available in both English and Braille. And the next new units will be on the book Freedom Day, about the Wave Hill Walk-Off, the start of fight for equal pay and land rights in Northern Territory. PETA also creates teaching units for or teaching units for all primary age and early childhood books that are shortlisted in the CBC award. Once the shortlisted books are announced for this year, I believe will be tomorrow, our units writers will be working on all 24 units. The first 2 will be launched on our member portal on 8th of May. We also host live member-only webinars like this one, and also with some authors and illustrators. One with Vision Australia on reading with print and visual disabilities is coming up in May, as well as a webinar with Kate Douglas on exploring live biographical writing in May as well. If you can't make it live, that's fine. We'll be recording, just like how this webinar will be, and will be available on the on-demand library. We have a few in the pipeline with some authors and illustrators as well. We'll keep everyone updated in the fortnightly newsletter that you've been receiving for the last couple of weeks. And for our school members here, remember all your teachers have individual logins to access PETAA resources. So if you don't believe all teachers on the website, please let us know. Your school is also eligible for a one-on-one consultation with our educational specialists like Karen on this webinar. We can work out to find out your best your school's literacy and teaching and learning needs. So I do want to emphasize the importance to have your job title updated in the membership profile. If you're an administrator for a school member, make sure you keep us up to date with your staff lists so we can send you the curated content based on job titles and your needs associated with your daily roles. Okay, so before I hand over to Megan, who will be showing you around our brand new member portal. If you do have questions about membership, please put it in the chat. And also, if you want to look for specific resources, put them in there too, and we'll make sure we show you where to find it. Yeah, I'm going to stop.
Fantastic. Thank you, Eileen. Hi, everyone. As Eileen said, I'm Megan Edwards. I'm the CEO of PETAA. So I think I have the best job here, but I'm a bit biased. And I'm very excited to be sharing with you today our new look member portal that hopefully you've had a chance to check out since we launched it right at the start of the month. I'm going to do a quick whip through on the structure of this, but just to give a little bit of sort of background, as Eileen's just talked you through there, and as I hope you're aware, PETAA certainly does have a lot of quality resources that we have for our members. We have hundreds of teaching units, we have over 100 papers, we have about 60 or 70 webinars that have been recorded over the last few years, additional sort of articles and so on that we've pulled together. We've got chapters from our fabulous publications that we've been producing for 50 years. And what we'd sort of started to get feedback on and realise was that it was quite unwieldy to navigate through those resources on the website. So the thinking behind the portal was trying to have all of that fabulous content sorted out in ways that would make it easier for all of you to find what you needed when you needed it. However, of course, this was very recent, so please, any feedback on the structure, anything you think is missing or isn't intuitive, let us know, as it's here for you, our members, and we want to make sure that it's organised in the most logical way possible. So there's a few different ways that we've organised it, therefore, to allow for the fact that different people will come in with different thinking caps on or different priorities. And so the first way that we looked at sort of chopping up all of the resources, if you like, is by coming at it from a curriculum perspective, dividing it into lower primary and upper primary, and then key teaching focus areas. So I'm just going to take you into one of those areas now. And we're going through lower primary, phonics and spelling section, and we'll there's a couple here. Let's hop into spelling to give you an idea of the types of content you can see in there. So if we have relevant professional learning courses currently on offer, you will see those in the section as you come in. Then we'll leap into videos and presentations on the topic. Now, this may be one of our educational experts that we work with who is giving you an introduction to a concept or a skill or a strategy. It could be that it's an in situ and in-class teaching example video. It could be that it is one of over 40 conference presentations that we unlocked and shared with all of our members as a celebration of the portal launch. There's a whole host of different options that could come through as a video. It could be one of our recorded webinars that we've been discussing. It'll only show you an initial 3 when you come on. So if you want to click through and have a look at the next lot of videos that we've got there, click the next button, and you can keep going through those resources until you find what you like there. And this is a great example here where the top video you can see is by one of our literacy experts, Jennifer Asher, explaining etymological spelling knowledge. And then the next video down, we can see a Foundation to Year 1 teacher in her classroom teaching the word flower and teaching her class to spell that. So a great example of the range of videos that we have on offer in here. We come down into some book chapters that we've excerpted, of course, as members. Those of you who've been with us for a long time hopefully have the full back catalogue and you can draw on all of these anyway. But we appreciate that people join us at different points in their careers, and sometimes perhaps you're not focused on literacy, so the membership's disappeared for a little while. Some of you may only have come across us in the last year or two. So what we're really trying to do is make sure that however long you've been with us as a member, you really can tap into all of that wealth of knowledge and experience there. So the book chapters is a work in progress, as we've got quite a big back catalogue to work through. So it is always worth checking back every month, or of course, always emailing myself or one of the team if we don't have a chapter up in something that you're particularly looking for some more information in. And then scrolling on down are PETAA papers as well that are relevant there. And you can see a couple of crackers from the last few years, particularly the reading models paper there by Bronwyn Parkin, who we've got another paper coming out from shortly, because this was one of our most popular papers ever. I'll hop over into an upper primary as well, just so that you can we can show you something a little bit different. We'll have a look, one of our favourite topics at the moment, visual literacy, with our Jennifer Asher book that came out at the end of last year. We're very excited about our second book for the year. This year, the new edition of John Callow's The Shape of Text to Come. We've been getting on at John to give us a new edition of that for about 5 years, so we're very excited we've got that coming out. So again, here we can see some videos and presentations. An excellent presentation from our conference last year from our president, Pauline Jones, and David Tran there talking about a visual verbal think aloud to support comprehension. Moving in a book chapter example there specifically for upper primary, and the PETAA papers that we've got linking into visual literacy. Following on down, you can see that we also look at cross-curriculum and divide up our content that way, so linking them to other subject areas where, of course, you're using literacy to teach, whether it's history, whether it's one of the arts. As an example, we'll have a just very quick scan through on poetry again, seeing the relevant content in there. And then, of course, our teaching units. So teaching units will pull through where relevant to other subject or topic areas, but we also appreciate that particularly our CBCA book week units, often you want to go in and just have a look at all of those units to pick out which award shortlisted or winning text you might want to be using in class. So we've kept that way of being able to search through. But again, there are multiple ways of sifting through those units. It could be that you only want the award shortlisted ones. It might be that you want any units that we have that focus particularly on science texts or history texts. It may be you just want to see the teaching units that we have available for year two, because you teach year 2, and so on. We also have some templates and samples in here. We appreciate that you are very time poor, particularly those of you who are in the classroom teaching day to day. And so we've got some examples in here of sequences, of lessons, of lesson planning templates and the like. So do check that out. And particularly if you have new teachers, right at the start of their career, this can be really helpful resource pool there for them. We have a strategy and pedagogy section where we've picked out some key pedagogical areas or teaching strategies and provided looks into the content that we have segmented down into those sections there. That's a growth area for us. So again, that's a good one to check back on regularly as we're always adding in content there. A very new approach for us is also to provide resources that we think are specifically relevant to job titles. And so I noticed we've got a curriculum or instructional leader on the call with us today. So let's hop over into the section that we've got here. So we've picked out videos and presentations that we felt would be very useful for you to be able to use, either for you to be able to do your role yourself, of course, or to use in professional learning sessions in school with your teachers as well. So trying to help save you time in needing to go out and source materials and resources to use in there. And then finally, we've just added this, actually based on feedback from the members, is a resources by type section. As we had a couple of people coming to us and saying, well, I want to see the full list of webinars that you've got to have a watch through. So we've got that full list in here. And I want to look at the full list of the PETA papers. And again, we've got that full list in here for you. So as I say, we've created this completely with you in mind. We've tried to think of every way that you might want to search through the PETA content, but there are ways we haven't thought of, or something that you feel just doesn't quite hit the mark. Please reach out. It's for you, our members, and we want to make sure that it's as user-friendly and intuitive as it can be. So thank you, and I'm going to hand over now to Helen Carmody, our Head of Professional Learning, who's going to be talking to us about some of the fantastic things that we've got coming up. So I'm just going to pop this up and hand over to Helen.
Thanks, Megan, and good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be with you this afternoon. And yes, we've really got a lot happening in the space of professional learning at PETA currently. So I hope that you've had a chance to explore some of the courses that we have on offer, and I'd really encourage you to keep coming back and checking as we are in the process of creating more courses and trying to fill all of your learning needs and support you through your professional learning journey. So I just really wanted to introduce you to one of our newer suite of offerings, and that's really to support the fabulous new text, The Potential of the Visual, teaching literacy with the multimodal in mind. And so what we've developed here are a series of courses. The first we have really supports the meta language of visual literacy, and this might be a starting point for many of you who really want to become more familiar, or in fact, it might act as a refresher to your understanding of the technical language and the key concepts for teaching visual literacy. From there, you can launch into the specific areas to support the levels that you might be teaching. So there are courses to support the teaching of visual literacy through the foundation years, years 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and 5 and 6. Or if you're so inclined, you might actually like to explore all of those courses too. And what we're really focusing on is supporting our companion texts. So again, in response to feedback from many of our members, we know that our texts are full of just so many resources. And sometimes it's a little challenging as to where do I start, or how do I start using this right now? So these courses will really give you those strategies that you can actually take away to your classroom, your planning, and your learning and teaching immediately. So I really encourage you, take a look and really explore what's there. If you'd like any more information at any stage, please email the PL team at PETA, and we're only too happy to guide you in the right direction and support you in whatever way that we can. Now, I really want to move on quickly to talk about our feature event of the year. Of course, it's our Leading with Literacy conference, and we're very excited to be coming to you from Melbourne this year on the 20th and 21st of October. And we've got a fabulous lineup already with some absolutely tremendous speakers. We're delighted to have Kath Murdoch joining us. And of course, really no one better to support our theme of literature at the heart of the curriculum. So of course, we'll be looking at all sorts of practical ways that we can support you in how you use literature in your teaching and learning as well. I do hope that we have a chance to see you there. It's a great opportunity for everyone to come together, and we're looking forward to really connecting, networking, and learning and sharing with each other. And I think I'm handing over back to Eileen right now.
Thank you, Helen and Megan. So next is really, we want to open the floor up. Like you heard from Megan and Helen, we continue to improve our organization with the member portal, with our courses based on a lot of your feedback. So guess what, we want to say is if you have any questions, if you see something missing from our portal that you really think will be beneficial as a teacher for primary literacy, please let us know. Megan, can you move to the next slide? As you have sharing.
Sorry.
Oh, that's fine. I got it.
Yep. Back over to you.
Thank you. So we're literally a phone call away, or email us at info@petaa.edu.au. We're very responsive. If you need access to the website, you got locked out. If you have a question about a course, we can definitely get that sorted out for you as soon as possible. So, in the spirit of interactiveness, if you guys have any questions right now, pop it in the chat.
Or of course, you can take your mic off. You've also got, of course,
exactly.
two fabulous experienced literacy experts on the call with us as well, between Helen and Karen. So if there were any queries as well about anything, any challenges, any concerns, opportunities you're facing in your schools at the moment, you'd like to pick their brains on as well, please jump in. Just to throw both of you under the bus there.
No one has questions?
But otherwise, of course, yes, it's the contact details are always there. And yes, our emails, phone lines and doors are always open for feedback, queries, whatever we can do to make sure we're supporting you, our members, in making your jobs and your lives easier.
Right. So we have from Emily, I'll be just looking for new text that matches new syllabus for K-2 for the meantime. So great, go please have a look at that, Emily. But Helen or Karen, if you guys have anything that Emily that can use right now, please jump in and share some useful stuff from the member portal.
Look, I certainly think that our new text, obviously the new literature companion, is going to be a fantastic support and really first place to check in with finding new texts that are available. We also have a new course coming online to specifically support our New South Wales teachers with the introduction of the new syllabus as well. So watch out for that space as well.
And Sarah, thank you for feedback on the website. We really love it too. Great. Well, thank you, everyone. Even there's no further questions, now we do. We are holding these webinars every month at last Monday of the month, 3:30 Sydney time. But you'll get invitations throughout our communications, on the newsletters and other communication we might have to you. So watch out for them. Jump on, say hi whenever you have the time, or just watch the recordings once they're uploaded to the member portal. Thanks, everyone.